Hi, Dr. Brandy Victory here, and I really hope you're enjoying this ending of summer. We're moving into the fall season, which is really exciting, one of my favorites, especially here in Colorado. It's so beautiful. And we all know what happens when fall comes, right? Kids go back to school, immune systems get compromised, and then we set ourselves up to possibly be sick. And I know we all want to avoid that as much as possible. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that. Now, the first thing to do to improve your immunity is to improve your gut health. Like, that is the thing, right? So much of your immune system is in your gut. Like, just makes sense to start here first. So what you should know is that you have 100 trillion microorganisms that live in your gut. Like 100 trillion. Can you even wrap your mind around that? I can't. I think it's amazing that basically 5 pounds of our body weight is not even ours. It's a microorganisms. That's crazy, right? But we want to keep those guys healthy because we got the good team and the bad team, and they're not always happy with each other if one is winning and one is not. So what we want to do is we want to create a good balance in the microbiome, in the gut health, and in those microorganisms that live in there. So here's a few things that I personally do for my own gut health just on a regular basis to make sure that those little microbiome or those little microbes are healthy and happy and balanced. All right, so kombucha. Kombucha is one of my favorite things. I buy it sometimes, but mostly I brew my own. And if you're not into brewing, it's fine. You don't have to be because it's so readily available. The brew that you make at home, I feel like it's more suited for your own body because of it takes on your environment. But that's a story for another day. Go get yourself some kombucha. And just make sure that the carbohydrate content per serving is less than 8 grams. That's going to keep the sugars low. Because one of the things that you want to do to improve gut health is avoid sugar. So sugar feeds those bad guys and will just wreak havoc in your gut as it creates an imbalance, okay? So I know nobody wants to hear that, especially coming into the holidays, but what can you do to substitute out something for the sugar? I bake a lot, and I personally have to have my treats. I'm a foodie, I'm a big foodie, and I have to have my treats. And if you've been following me anytime, you know I've had OCD with food and bulimia, and I was 12 sizes bigger than I am now. I get it, okay? And I also get how to turn that around and to live in a way that where I enjoy my food. I have to make sure I have stuff, I have to make it because I'm not going to go to the store and find the things that I really enjoy. But if you want some of those tips, let me know and I'll make sure I make a video for you and put it out there because it's important to be able to navigate getting around the sugar conversation if you want to be healthy, okay? If you want your immune system to be ramped up and taking care of you. So another thing you can do is kefir. Kefir is another great way, and both kombucha and kefir are high in probiotics. That's why they're recommended for gut health. And probiotics are kind of like your good guys, right? And so the only thing you got to watch out for with kefir too is that it can be high in sugar. The other thing is some people are sensitive to dairy, like myself, so I personally don't do kefir. Now, detoxification is another thing that I recommend doing on a regular basis. You do not want to do a liver detox if your colon is backed up, okay? That's going to cause you a lot of problems. You're going to end up with headaches. You're going to end up with body pain. You're going to end up with fatigue. And I don't know. My sense is if we do too much of that kind of thing, we might create some kind of autoimmunity. I don't know. There's no evidence on that. It just doesn't seem right. So definitely give yourself an opportunity to detox. It doesn't have to be long. It can be 10 days, 21 days, 30 days. It can be 90 days. I offer all of those types of detoxifications for my patients, but we just want to make sure we're doing a full body cleanse and full body detox and not just looking at one organ or another because we can create imbalances and backups and things like that. Now, high quality probiotics, vital, absolutely vital. So the probiotics that you're buying at the store are probably not that bioavailable. I'm sorry to tell you that. I wish it was different. I really do. But light and heat and oxygen all break down probiotics. And so the money that you're spending on these guys might not be worth it, because what you're actually getting is not a very viable source of probiotics. Now, I'm not saying that's true for everyone, but unless you're doing a spore-based probiotic, this is Megaspore, or this is HU58. This is a company called Microbiome Labs. I'm a fan. Like, this is my favorite probiotic company. Like, I'm a big, huge supporter of them, and I give them to basically all of my patients, okay? Because they have the research. Science backs them up. They're spore-based. So what happens is the probiotic is encapsulated in a little spore, and then it goes through your gut, and it doesn't open up until it can be until it's safe. So as it goes through the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, a lot of probiotics will get broken down, and then they're dead before they make it down into the bottom part of your gut, which is where often the microbiome or the microbe imbalance is going on. So you want to make sure that they're getting down there, right? And so something like Megaspore and HU58. Now, these are practitioner prescribed. You can't just go buy them, but I do have an online store. If you want them, let me know. I will point you in that direction. There's actually a total gut restoration kit that I often give my patients when they're beginning by this company. It's really awesome too. So I have that for you if you want it. Now, more than anything, you should know the root cause of your problem. If you have gas, bloating, indigestion, when you lay down, it seems to come up. If you have diarrhea, you've been diagnosed with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis or irritable bowel. If you have pebbly poo, or you're not pooing every day, at least 2 times a day, okay? Or every time you eat. My bracelet is stuck on my shirt. That's so weird. If you're not pooing every time you eat, then you're backed up. Now, most people don't come into my office, well, not most, but a lot of people come into my office and they're like, yeah, I don't have any GI issues. But as soon as I start asking a few questions, I start to realize they do. Because people don't realize that headaches, skin conditions, fatigue, body pain, joint pain, that could all be an issue with an imbalanced gut. Oh man, that's not good. I'm just gonna hold it right here. Yeah, so that could all be an issue with an imbalanced gut. So, you really need to know why you're having those problems. And it could be you just need some good probiotics and you need to get off the sugar. That's totally possible, right? You could try some apple cider vinegar for some indigestion and help yourself that way. But there might also be a deeper problem, because if we're having any of those symptoms, it's usually an indication that there's something going on in the gut that needs attention. Maybe it's a leaky gut. Maybe it's dysbiosis. Maybe it's a small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Who knows what it is, right? But we need to know. And the way you do that is you work with a functional health practitioner who can look at your labs and do specialized lab testing that your MD's probably not going to do, and really take a look at what's happening in your stool so that we can see how the imbalances are, what imbalances are there and what to give. Do we give HU58 or do we give Megaspore or one of the other 25, who knows how many probiotics that we have? Because we want to give the specific strain for the proper strain for the specific problem. Like, you can't just like willy-nilly it and hope it gets better, because that's what most people are doing. And then they're telling themselves a story that nothing works for them. And I hate to see that. I've been there. Trust me, I have been there. And you don't have to do that because you haven't tried everything, right? So you just need to know what's actually going on in your body. So work with a functional health practitioner, regardless if it's a functional medicine doctor, if it's a naturopath, if it's, I personally do those labs and look at things like that. So if you're interested, let me know. This is my birthday month, so I'm really excited. I'm turning 50. It's a big one. It's a big one. And I'm going to be giving some specials this month. So keep your eye open for it. Or if you send me a little email, I might give you a little insight to what's going on there. All right. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to your communication. Oh, by the way, I just want to let you know, I am actually starting to learn how to do reels, and I'm really nervous about it. I don't know why. It just seems like a big job and it's hard, and I would really love your support. So if you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram and pick up one of my reels, and then if you could just comment on my reels, that would be really cool. I'm trying to like feel confident about this, and I could certainly use your help. So yeah, follow me on Instagram and then give me some thumbs up and some comments. And I think if you write comments other than just like a thumbs up, I get more attention. So I'm just trying to spread the word of healthy stuff like this, and I hope it supports you. So I'd love your support back. Mwah. Thanks.